Okay, everybody, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? If you could hear me, let me know. We are tracking severe weather as it breaks out across eastern Texas into Oklahoma. Yes, we do have a tornado watch that is issued for that area. We also got a tornado watch also for Dodge City, where we could have a few tornadoes this afternoon. But right now, taking a look at Doppler radar, where we do have the best area, where we do have what was radar or a confirmed tornado earlier, actually is with this supercell. So we're going to start north and move our way to the south. So south of Perryton, Texas, where we do have a fairly strong supercell here. This did earlier produce a tornado. We had a tornado on the ground with this earlier. This is moving in across, will be moving into the I-70 corridor, but this is not moving very fast at all. This is only moving at about 20 miles an hour, so this is moving fairly slow, and we are still looking at a lot of rotation on this. You can take note of the couplet there. Red's moving away, so outbound velocities with inbound velocities. That's that green on your screen. We are seeing that rotation. That's where we have the spin, and that's where we could have a tornado possibly on the ground or about to be on the ground again. It's been a rough week already with a lot of severe weather. It just hasn't stopped at all since Saturday or since Friday and Thursday of last week. It's just been very rough 7 days, other than just a couple of days where we didn't have much in the way of that activity. But now we have more tornadoes to contend with this afternoon. So again, south of Perryton, this is south of Perryton. This is near Spearman to the southeast, where we do have, again, that area of rotation, that supercell that is in. And if we take a look at the reflectivity, you can definitely get a note and take a note on that, where that hook echo actually is. If we actually go over here, there is your hook echo. That's where we have the tornado potentially. Your RFD is sinking on the backside of this. Here's the body of the storm. It's where the rear flank updraft is in place, and the rear flank downdraft, or the RFD, is here, and then the forward flank is up in here. That's what I was looking for, that word. So there it is, little bird's eye beak with this, where we do have that RFD. We might have a strengthening tornado on the ground again soon here shortly, and it looks like still we could have a tornado on the ground here shortly. We'll see if the National Weather Service there confirms this yet again, that they did earlier, where there was a tornado on this. In fact, if we take a look at our previous few scans, that's what we had, that tornado that was on the ground, and it might still be doing something like that. So we'll have to watch to see if they confirm that once again with that tornado. Down to the south we go. This is in Texas, in Healy, Texas, McKnight. We also have radar indicated rotation on this storm. Let's take a look at our velocities. And yet again, we're continuing with that heavy rainfall and some gusty winds with this one. Again, near Healy, please take shelter on the 287 corridor north of Memphis, Texas, is where we have that rotation. This is also warranted for some large hail as well, potentially the size of, say, we're looking at quarter size, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So again, if you're downstream of this, you're going to want to take shelter, because again, tornadoes are nature's #1 killer as well, along to go with some deadly cloud to ground lightning, CG strikes. You're going to want to be aware of that too. So downstream again on the 273 corridor is where we are seeing that heaviest rain, some lightning strikes with that. And then further south we go, we have another tornado warning. This is the third one down this line of storms that we're seeing. This is over the 256 corridor, and you would probably be surprised that this is actually moving towards the east. And in fact, it is not moving to the east. This is nearly stationary. So this storm is not moving at all. and we just got a new tornado warning, and I bet you that's confirmed. And it is. So we now have a confirmed tornado. Excuse me. We have now a confirmed tornado yet again, just to the southeast of Spearman. I kind of thought this would get confirmed yet again because of how strong that RFD is, that hook echo that we see on the radar is that indication that we are seeing that on the ground. Let's see correlation coefficient, and we might have a little bit of debris on that. So if you are on the 70, Highway 70, the 281 corridor, you're going to want to take shelter immediately. Do not wait to hear this coming because, again, rain could be obscuring this. This is a fairly HP supercell, especially if you're on the northern forward flank of this supercell, where the rain and the hail are coming down. And yeah, there are hail tracks on this at around 2 inches. Now, when we look at our echo tops on this storm, yeah, this has some decent energy to work with. 5,600 joules per not 5,600, 56,000 feet of echo tops. So this is a really, really intense updraft that this storm is ingesting. And right now, this is not moving very fast, only at 20 to 25 miles an hour. So it is moving fairly slow at the moment, going off into the northeasterly direction. Now back to the storm that we need to monitor is this one again. This is to the north of Turkey, to the north of Quebec, something like that in Texas. You're going to want to take shelter. We are talking about 1-inch hail and a tornado possible tag on this storm. All right, so once again, that's the cluster of storms that we're watching. This is beginning to organize a little bit, so we'll see if this actually gets an additional tornado warning on it. So going further south now into kind of western, southwestern Texas, where we have more storms popping up here, where these storms are warranted for 1.5-inch hail at the moment, so slightly larger than quarter size. And then south of that, we have more storms just to the northwest of Sanderson. Sanderson on the 285 corridor, you're definitely going to be wanting to get into your shelter. That is a fairly intense storm with echo tops at around 40 to 50,000 feet. So these have some high echo tops, which means we have a lot of energy, lots of updraft intensity going on. We have a system, another supercell right on the edge there of Texas into Mexico. We have another supercell here. Santa Eluia, I can't even speak Spanish. So a lot of these are actually in Spanish. This is in Mexico where we do have a strong thunderstorm, but it's hard to say if that's even warned because we don't have access to that in the country of Mexico. Instead, we'll have to just watch what goes on in Texas and Oklahoma. And then we got another storm over here in Oakley, just to the southeast of Elkader, where we do have a discrete cell here for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And this is moving fairly fast right now at around 40 miles an hour. So there's a little bit more movement, a little bit more motion to that storm than the storms to the south into northern Texas. By the way, dew points today are into the upper 50s to lower 60s, so the moisture quality not particularly good for some of these storms, but further south where we do have better moisture quality is where we have dew points there in the mid 60s, allowing that instability to really crawl up. So in the meantime, we are going to be watching this storm just to the southeast of Spearman at the moment. This is an observed tornado. You all need to be taking shelter if you're downstream of this storm. Once again, we have an observed tornado. We're also getting numerous tracks of large hail, potentially 2 inches in diameter. So again, it's going to be a tornado and hail-driven warning here, and you all need to be taking shelter because, again, there is still rotation on this storm. Potentially a tornado could be on the ground right now. If you're a storm chaser, we do have Austin down there. We have Ed Turk that is probably storm chasing. I don't know if they're live streaming or not, but they are out in this, or they're kind of going to try to intercept it, it looks like. And so please be careful, you both that are on the 70 corridor at the moment, because that is a strong thunderstorm with the highest echo tops, which means that's a very intense updraft. Okay, strong updraft with that storm. Let's go further south once again. Actually, we're going to just kind of zoom out here so you all can get your bearings. So Turkey, Memphis, Texas. If you're in Clarendon to the southeast of there, please take shelter southeast of Spearman in Texas. We got a tornado warning there that is on the ground right now. We are getting some hail tracks on that. We don't have confirmation yet if there is damage. I'm sure there is some debris, some dirt being lofted because this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. But if we actually zoom in, assuming that this is really moving slow, there are some houses, there are some buildings like downstream of this that are in harm's way. We also got, again, cars that are on the road here. We got other people's farmhouses that are downstream. So again, if you are in the path of this, you're going to want to take shelter immediately. This is a tornado that is on the ground. To repeat, on the ground, which means there is ground contact with that funnel cloud, or a kind of like a cone tornado that is. All right, so we also have severe thunderstorm warnings down here into Texas. Yet again, we will be watching these storms over the next couple of hours as these remain severe. Today was not a day to not see severe weather. There is certainly some activity going on, and that will continue into tomorrow yet again. Since I really don't have plans tomorrow, we'll probably end up going live yet again tomorrow. Even so, it's a slight risk. We'll have to justify that if that's going to happen or not. Since I did upload my Atlantic hurricane seasonal forecast, if you all want to check that out after this live stream, you are more than welcome to doing so, because I did update some numbers. Penn State released their forecast calling for now 39 named storms, up to 39, 27 to 39 that is. For more information, you can watch the video. But either way you put it, it is looking like a very active, hyperactive Atlantic hurricane season. And just like I do here, we will be doing in the hurricane department when it comes to live streaming if necessary. Okay, so once again, back to severe weather here in Turkey, Lakeview, Headley, please take shelter. Actually, we got a lot of storm chasers in this area. These green dots do indicate storm chasers. So we got one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 storm chasers. We got Matthew down there. We got Chris Hall. Yeah, Chris Hall, I recognize him. Recognize that name very much. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's Chris Hall. And then we got Bryce Shelton down there. And then we got James Langford. And then got a few here. Jeremy Brown is down there. And then we got Victor Flores. That is storm chasing that one at the moment. Pretty cool to see this. And then, of course, we got Austin Christopher and Ed Turk. That is kind of, they're getting really close to this supercell. So we'll see if they are one of those people that send out a report if there is or was a tornado. We have another one, Josh Brown, too, is out on this storm. And then way downstream, we have Danny Hunter. So we have 4 storm chasers on this supercell right now that is ongoing southeast of Spearman, Texas. Higgins, Texas, Shudick downstream. You're going to want to get prepared for a potential supercell headed your way. We'll see how long this actually lasts, because once we lose the daytime heating, these storms will eventually kind of fall apart, at least on the northern side. The ones to the south will probably go for quite a while. Because we have that boundary, that dry line that has been well established. What's up, Cody? What's up, James? Robert? What's up, Damien? How are you all? What's up, JMJ Show Channel? What's up, Roy Glaze? Jesse Strong? Kitty Diggins? How are you doing? What's up, Diana? Welcome to the stream. James, Robert, how are you doing? I'm actually happy to go live. Sorry, I was a little bit late to the chase here of doing severe weather. That is because I was too busy at making the video, the Atlantic hurricane seasonal video for you all. So today it's a double activity on my channel, a video and a live stream. So just to go to show you, I am a busy person tracking the weather all season long on the YouTube channel. So yeah, if you all want to check that video out again, you can check that out after this live stream is done. And then of course, when we get into May 20th, first, I will have my final seasonal forecast out, which I'm very excited for too. Jesse Strong says this severe weather looks to go on for several days and nights. Yeah, I'm not surprised because if we actually go and take a look, we just got another, is that a confirmed tornado? We do got another observed tornado. Okay, before we actually do, we have to take a look at this one. So we do have another observed tornado warning. That looks to be quite strong. Right in there, very close to Antelope Flats in Texas. This is where we have the strongest rotation. Again, for reference, this is velocity. Okay, this is showing you just how much spin there is in the atmosphere. So reds are moving away from the radar. Greens are moving toward the radar. This is where we have our spin, our rotation, where we have that tornado that is on the ground. Very close to Antelope Flats. And this is moving stationary. So if this is one of those tornadoes that is fairly robust and it's on the ground, this could do a lot of damage because it's not moving at all. It could just stay in one spot for a longer period of time. All right, so if you're downstream of this, within this warning, you're going to need to take shelter. Please, this is not moving at all. This is very stationary. What's up, Cynthia? Welcome to the stream. It's an honor that you're here tracking severe weather with me live. All right, so Jesse Strong did mention there are several more days of severe weather that are likely to occur. And for that reasoning, let's actually go over to the Storm Prediction Center here, and I will clearly show you proof that we do have more days coming of severe weather for not only for tomorrow, but also for the next day, a day 3. Yeah, there's a day 3 marginal as well. So, of course, this is today. Let's kind of flip the image. So this is today, an enhanced risk for severe weather driven by a 5 for tornado. Hail is 30 sig and wind is also 30 sig. So it's kind of like yesterday. Actually, it virtually is like yesterday, only that yesterday we had a 5 and today we have a 5 for severe weather. And then tomorrow, there's your little slight risk of severe weather. And when we take a look at our tornado threat, it is just a 2%. I wanted to show you this too. Why did they draw a number 6? They drew a number 6 right across. I don't know if you guys picked that up. Hail threat, also a there's a 15 sig, and for wind, there's a non-sig for that. So mainly, again, driven by hail tomorrow. Day 3 is not significant at all, just a marginal risk, but you never know what those can do. In the short term, day 5 and day 4, nothing, but day 6, we have another slight risk out. Yes, another slight risk for severe weather for northern Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. So it's probably going to be one of those enhanced risk days yet again. And fingers crossed that I do not have to work on Monday at all. Because if I don't need to work on Monday, we sure will be streaming on this. All right, we are definitely going to be doing a lot on the channel with this severe weather day. And then day 7, nothing, and day 8, nothing. Boy, if we had a slight risk on day 8, I think everyone would be shouting and concerned right now about that, because that would mean a 15% confidence that far out in time would be a severe weather event. But day 6 is the only one that's highlighted right now in the SPC format for severe weather. Now, I don't rarely check this very often, but the rain risk today is very significant all the way up and down the high plains, including for southeastern Texas, where there is a moderate risk for heavy rainfall. And guess who lives there? My uncle lives there in central, kind of southernish Texas. I believe that is San Antonio. Here is the Austin area. So Austin is down here. Yeah, so Austin is right here. That's where Austin is. So there is a moderate risk for heavy rainfall for where my uncle lives. And then, of course, there's a slight risk for heavy rainfall beyond that time frame for the high plains. You can see, yet again, for the Midwest even, a slight risk for heavy rainfall and flooding. And then day 3, there's a marginal risk. So we're going to have a lot of rain problems and flood problems over the next few days, with even a marginal risk for heavy rainfall for Oregon, which, by the way, that system for California looks very concerning. We could see inches of rainfall, so we might be be under a risk for something down the road for the weekend. And of course, your temperature forecast, really warm and uncomfortable if you're in the Midwest and the Southeast. And then, of course, that continues through the next couple of weeks, while the West enjoys some cool weather. And also, more of a La Nina pattern setting up here. Dry to the south, wet to the north, even for California, looking at some drier weather. And that's because of the subtropical jet will really fall apart in the next couple of weeks, and looking still wetter than average, which means we have more opportunities ahead to get some severe weather in here as we go into the month of May, which, by the way, May is notorious, is historically, in climatology terms, the highest threat, the highest risk for tornadoes, because of the jet stream and the overall weather pattern that comes together. So kind of just a little snippet of what you're all looking at in terms of temperature-wise, precipitation-wise, and severe weather-wise over the next week or so. Yeah, Michael Guerrero, I am very much aware of that. I looked at the GFS and the Euro this afternoon. It's going bonkers, I'm telling you. It's going to be a wet system. It's going to be a good one. We do need the rain. We can take every bit of it. Can we now? What's up, Cahoon? How are you doing? What's up, crazy weather dude? What's up, Damien? How are you doing? Cynthia, once again, hello there. How are you doing? So again, if you guys are new to the stream, welcome. I invite you. It's an honor that I'm here doing this for you all. Yeah, I've been kind of sleeping on the bed and not streaming. No, that's a idiom. In other words, if you say to someone, I've been sleeping in the bed and not streaming very much, that means that I've been really busy and not able to live stream. So no, I've not been in my room sleeping away. I've just been really busy, and things, fingers crossed, look at this, fingers crossed, or like this, stays that way. Things have settled down, at least in the short term. We'll see if that changes, because I might speak too soon. I might. What's up, Justin Monique? Welcome, welcome. So we have a tornado warning, observed tornado warning. This is still on the ground right now. This is really in a rural area. If we take a look at the warning, live storm chaser video did confirm the tornado. Damaging tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter are anticipated. This tornadic storm will remain mainly over rural areas of northern Roberts and southern Ochiltree counties. Okay, so again, mainly in the middle of nowhere is where we are seeing this tornado. But that does not mean that it could get into a more populated area downstream, or if this makes kind of a hard right turn, it could get into, say, Canadian in Texas. That's virtually our only tornado warning right now. So this observed tornado warning is the one that we're monitoring. And we're getting a lot of warnings, 14 severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll be looking at that here in just a second, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Tornado is on the ground with that, and again, Storm Chaser feed is reporting that, and you can see why that hook echo is still well evident there on the Doppler radar out of Lubbock or Amarillo, Texas. Now, of course, further south, we are updating you on these storms. We did get a tornado report earlier, a brief tornado touchdown 7 miles northwest of Turkey, Texas. And again, emergency manager did report that, and this is in Hall County, Texas. So if you're in Hall County, of course, you're still probably witnessing some rotation with that, and some photogenic lightning strikes. Lakeview, if you're in Memphis, Texas, Turkey, Texas, downstream of these storms, you're going to want to get into your safe shelter because, again, we're looking at some large hail, some rotation, and again, a tornado is a possibility along to go with some ferocious wind at times that could blow down trees and power lines, and that's what we're seeing here. Some of these green and blue colors do indicate some stronger wind gusts of at least 30 to 45 miles an hour. And then we'll see if this gets tornado warned soon down here near Lorenzo in Texas. That is trying to get better organized. And the radar site in Lubbock, Texas is actually out, so it's unfortunate to hear about that. So how's everybody doing? If you guys are new, share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're already up to 50 likes, so thank you all for hitting the like button. Because again, the reason why I'm here doing this is because you guys liked my stream yesterday. We're going to try to do a lot more of these live streams as often, as frequently as I can possible. Except if there's a marginal risk, I probably won't stream on that. Maybe once in a blue moon, hence its name, maybe once in a while I will do something about that. But at least for right now, we will try to stream at least 3 times a week if there is severe weather. Now, if there's 3 moderate risks, 1 for each day, then that's a different story. That's a different story. So yeah, right now, that's what we're watching. We have a storm actually in Maxia in Texas. It has a lot of rain and lightning with it. This is warranted for some quarter-size hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So if you're in Fairfield, Buffalo, please take shelter. This storm is moving very slow at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So not really moving all that fast. We have more storms down here that are popping up in Killeen if you're in Temple. But winds are not very strong here. But dew points definitely into the mid-70s. We got even a couple of observations down here seeing dew points in the upper 70s. So it's for sure very muggy. The temperatures are warm. And yeah, right where my uncle lives, dew points there are in the mid-70s and daytime temperatures now in the 80s. So it's very uncomfortable. I would not want to be in Texas right now with my family, sweating like a pig because it's too warm. Okay, it's just too warm. Doing good, really feeling like summer. High 80s and higher humidity. Once we get daily afternoon storms, it's basically summer. Yup. It is, and it's going to be summer probably all the way through September. usually even October in the deep south. So long summer ahead. Actually, it could even be summer probably until even early November, because if you do get a hurricane that wants to bring those warmer temperatures and thunderstorms, yeah, it's going to feel like summer a little longer. I'm praying we don't have a dry summer like last year. It was drier than 2011. Wow. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But, you know, weather down in the deep south could be very unpredictable. I'll tell you that right now. So hopefully you do get a lot of moisture. So Meridian, Walnut Springs, new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued right now. New warning. If you're in Glen Rose, you're going to want to take shelter. This is moving into a slightly populated area, and it's muggy. Yuck! It's so muggy out there, it's disgusting. Imagining dew points in the 70s. You want to know what the dew point here is where I live? Dew point in the low 20s right now. It's actually dry. Air's really dry today. Humidity right now about 12%. So it is really, really dry, but that's good. I could handle some drier air. Yeah, specifically 5 minutes ago, we had a dew point of only 19 degrees. So air's really dry. That's until we get into like August, when we get the monsoon here sometimes. Our dew points are going to jump into the 60s. What is the forecast for Utah this summer? Diana, my prediction is that the monsoon this summer is certainly going to be very active. I'm doing some research, and my research conducted has found that La Nina years, the monsoon is actually a lot stronger than during El Nino years. So you can expect some afternoon thunderstorms quite often this summertime, especially from about July into August and September is when you have a sure bet of getting some afternoon monsoonal storms. By the way, Diana, what's the weather like for your area right now? What's the temperature? And what's the wind like? Places like Baton Rouge were 38 inches below average. Whoa, that is very, very... wow, that's bad. It was because of a fat ridge sitting over us. One of those nasty nights had a dew point of 87 degrees. It was absolutely disgusting. 87 degree dew point. That is... wow. Okay. Now you live at the equator. You live at the equator in Central America, crazy dude. That is very muggy. That is... wow. If you guys are wondering what dew point is, it's a measure of at which the air must be cooled to become fully saturated. So right now, the air temperature in my room is 80 degrees. But our dew point... oops, can't see it, darn it. Green screen sucks sometimes. Dew point in my room is 55 degrees. $49 here in Utah. Wow, it's cold there. I believe that's your average, huh, Diana? It's supposed to be 49 degrees there. You and me will get along over the next week. It's supposed to be nice here. Yeah, you're getting average temperatures today according to the Euro. And here comes next week's storm for California. 30-degree temperature below average. Wow, Utah could have temperatures. Portions of Utah could have temperatures 40 degrees below average. That is very significant. It's 49 here in Utah and windy and sunny. Okay. $49 degrees there. That's nice, though. I wish it was 49 here. I wish. I wish and I wish and I wish. But it's not. Actually, take a look at our surface wind. You're getting a southwester. Oh, no, wait. You're getting a northwesterly wind. That explains why it's so cold there. It's windy also here today. Very windy outside. So, let's keep an eye on this tornado. Did we get a new tornado warning? Maybe we didn't. First, I thought we did. So, again, we have a radar-indicated tornado warning. Again, State Route 83, you're going to need to take shelter. We have many storm chasers on this right now. Definitely some storm chasing activity on this storm. It's 79 degrees here with the dew point of 64 in St. Louis. So that's coming from Cynthia. So it's a little muggy there. It's not dry. It's not super dry. What about in your area, crazy weather dude? What's the air temperature and dew point? Also, Diana, what's the air temperature and dew point for your area? Oh, it's 49 degrees, but what's the dew point? Because I already know it's 49 degrees there, but the dew point is... I thought today was going to be less active than yesterday. Well, when there's an enhanced risk, you cannot expect that. It's definitely, as far as the number of tornado warnings, it's nothing like it was yesterday. Nothing like it was yesterday. But still, it is active in the fact that we still have severe weather. So yeah. $83 dew point. Or 83 degrees Fahrenheit, dew point of 65. Not too bad at all. That's good. Actually, I need to add your location to the map. Yeah, dew point there in Mobile, not too bad. So that's good. That is some good news. It's not unbearable. But yeah, if your dew point's really low and your air temperature's really hot or really high, that air is going to be very dry. That's why on some days it will feel hotter than others, despite the temperature being the same. Because when you have a higher dew point and it's muggy, you're going to sweat a lot. And that sweat is not going to evaporate. When it doesn't evaporate, that's when you could overheat. You could sweat too much. I'm just west of 65. So you're west of 65. Oh. So you're probably over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to actually need to add your name to the list. Because I thought I did this already. Okay, there's 65. So you're probably down here somewhere. There you go. You've earned your name. So when there's hurricane season, we'll be able to keep you all updated. Wow, that's one heck of a boundary. Right there, moving into Amarillo. And that is where the dry line is. But yeah, if you're in Lubbock, Texas, those are some strong storms. We are going to bring up a webcam to see and those are not live cameras, so and was not able to find it. Wow, the wind is strong outside. Boy, 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 that wind. Really windy outside today. These storms are moving very slow, so right now they are moving east at 10 to 20 miles an hour. There's another storm coming into Lubbock, Texas, but guess what? Our radar site there does not work. It hasn't worked for a long time, so I don't know if they're going to fix it or what. But in the meantime, we're going to keep an eye on this tornado warning up here in northern Texas. Northern Texas. Oh, you're in Country Club Village? Oh, yep, I was spot on. Not bad. Jeez Louise, that wind. That wind outside is pretty strong. By the way, can anybody hear my AC at all? Let me know if you guys can hear my AC. If not, then I'll have to tell it to shut up. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this tornado warning for a while. All right, that's good to hear that my AC is not disturbing you all. So we do got one tornado warning that remains in effect. That will expire here in the next 9 minutes. But we will see if they extend that. If we take a look at velocity, we are seeing some rotation with that storm. But not as profound as what we had earlier. But of course, this is pretty far from the radar site, so it's going to be hard to tell if it's indeed on the ground still. This could get a tornado warning soon, though. Near Turkey, Texas. Also another area of rotation to the north of that. Actually, one is anticyclonic and the other is cyclonic. Probably a storm split or something. Maybe a splitting supercell. Is probably what we're seeing at this point. So, yeah, we're going to watch this. You guys are just tuning in. And we got another severe thunderstorm warning. Near Clarendon in Texas. That's almost warranted for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That will expire here in the next hour or two. Also hit the like button if you guys are new to the stream and you guys like the content. Again, I am going to be trying to do these as often as I can. But doing 3 live streams in a week is not bad. That's actually a lot better than it's been. So, yeah. So again, if you know your bearings, this is in northeastern panhandle of Texas. We got Kansas to take into consideration. Actually, let's go up to Kansas right now. That's where our latest hail marker is up to about 3 inches. So we are seeing potentially a very large hail on that, based on Doppler radar. And we do got a lot of storm chasers on that one storm. So that's on the northern extent of that tornado warning. Or tornado watch. Whoops. With my words there. And back south we go. And that's warranted almost for 30-inch hail, this tornado warning. So this expires here in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes until the expiration expires. Looks like that's gonna be allowed to expire. It's really not very defined. Doesn't surprise me, though, if they do go for another tornado warning. We'll see if that actually happens. But in the meantime, storms are coming into the Lubbock, Texas area. Lubbock, Texas, definitely getting some heavy rain. And there it is, racing right towards Lubbock. It's like maybe some straight line winds with that one. Oh, yeah. We could have some straight line wind damage. And the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. So we have no more active tornado warnings at the very moment. But that's not to say that we might have more issued later on. Because after all, there is a tornado watch. And our eyes have to be watching for any of them little spin-ups. We might get another one here soon, though. Somewhere in the Lorenzo area of Texas, we might have to watch. Yeah, that's probably going to end up being a tornadic storm. But that's very anticyclonic, though, if it does. Very anticyclonic. Oh! Oh, wait, that was from earlier. Okay, I thought that was a new tornado report. But look at how well defined this outflow boundary is. Very well defined. It's like someone just poured a lot of milk, and cold milk is denser than warm water. It's like you pour this milk and it spreads out. Pretty cool to actually see that. Oh, new tornado warning. We have a new tornado warning for Grove City. For Grove City, new tornado warning. And we don't have a little bit of rotation on that. So this is in Kansas. Grove City, Kansas. Grinfield. Quinter, if you're in Hollier. Or Collier. On the I-70 corridor downstream of this. It's moving very slow, though. Not moving very fast, and only at 20 miles an hour. But that is beginning to rotate right there, so we'll keep an eye on that. That continues. They'll just keep on putting out tornado warnings. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that storm. We also have another little couplet behind it that might begin to that is rotating a little bit. That might also get tornado warned. That's the velocity that you were looking at, by the way. And yeah, there is a little bit of a supercell look to that. Even a cell merger. Looks like a cell merger is coming in to play. So if you're in Grove City, if you're in Grainfield, if you're in Park, if you're in Wakini, on the I-70 corridor, supercell with a tornado is looks like it's gotten stronger. That is starting to hook a little bit more. Caden! Caden! You never added me on Discord. Yeah, you never added me on Discord, buddy. If you can do that, please, today, that would be great. Unless you can give me your username, then I could add you on Discord that way. I think it's just at Caden Youngquist or something. Wait, let me see if I could even friend you, if it will even work. It worked! It actually worked. It actually worked. I don't know if you got it. What's up, Heidi? So, any severe weather this week for the Iowa area? It definitely looks likely by Thursday. That's what it looks like by late tonight into Thursday. You're certainly going to have a line of storms that do look to set up. And then maybe more storms later on after that. I think Caden left. I think he just came in to see if I was on. And we have a new tornado warning. Spearman. That's looks like a decent couplet. Oh gosh, yeah. Strong rotation on that. Oh no, Caden's here. Caden is here. So Caden, I don't know if you could hear me, but we do have a tornado warning in Spearman. So if you're in Spearman, probably a tornado on the ground. What's up? Oh, thank you so much, Nooper. I do appreciate that. I really do. I'm a household name there in North Carolina. That's great. That's what I actually like. Yes, Caden, hello. I don't know if you were able to hear me. Oh, there you are. Maybe I had you as a friend the whole time. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Maybe it... Oh, no, okay, you did. You did respond to my friend request. Good. Caden, look in your DMs. Oh, you did already. Wow, you read my mind. You read my mind before I even did it. Welcome to the server, Caden. I will be making staff roles. Well, I have the roles already, but when the server gets big enough, we will be assigning people of who wants to be staff in the server. When I get the more time to do so, then we'll have a discussion on that. Maybe Caden would be the next nominee for that. Once he's done with school, because he's busy. Is Lubbock in the clear? Nope. Lubbock is not in the clear. There's a 70-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warning headed. It's literally on top of Lubbock right now. And you may not be in the clear for a while. And those storms are really moving quick. Storms are screaming. That's moving at 35 with wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour. So that is a strong thunderstorm. And it's right along that dry line. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning just to the east of Lubbock, Texas. Cannon, Lorenzo, Rails, please take shelter. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning there. Well, hopefully when school ends, Caden, you'll have more time. If you don't, then I don't know what to say. Welcome, Chicken Dude, to the server. I like the image, Crazy Chicken Dude. It reminds us what might be headed. I like that image. I really do. Right in the middle of your profile picture. That means we have chicken in our server. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Caden, it would really help out if you are on Discord more. I'll be honest, Caden, I haven't been on Discord very much. Well, I've been on Discord quite a bit, but not like hyperly a lot. Because it's now I'm putting a lot more time into my YouTube channel. So that now takes up a little bit more. When I'm not at work, I'm doing YouTube. If I'm not doing YouTube, I'm with family out of the house. If I'm not with family, I'm at school. If I'm not at school, it's always something. It's always something. Especially putting a lot of time. My gosh, it took me like 3 hours to make that Atlantic hurricane seasonal forecast. Yeah, it took me forever to do that. But it paid off. It did. Switching to another computer. Okay, Heidi. That video did pay off a lot. It's already got 500 views, so thank you all for sharing it and liking it. I just cannot wait for the hurricane season to begin. I'm just every single day, I always tell myself, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna structure the videos in order to actually elaborate and deliver the video perfectly? I'm just trying to figure out ways and ways to do it. The thing that disturbs me, though, is that my intro, I got called out a couple of times saying that I'm copying someone with my intro, when in reality, that's a generic intro, like, good afternoon, everybody, it's David Schlotthauer here, or good afternoon, this is a tropical update on Tropical Storm Caden for May 1st, 2024. As always, my thoughts in this video are mine alone, and making any decisions, please consult the National Hurricane Center and your local officials. I mean, there's not much other wording I could put into that. Only if I could find a way. Maybe one of you guys on Discord, that's what Discord could be for. Maybe we could all team up and maybe you all can give me suggestions for that. Because I don't know how to, word it in the... I know how to do it. Because I want to get into the video like that. Did you guys hear that? I want to get into the video like that. Quick. My goal is to get into the video within 5 or 10 seconds. At least in 10 seconds or less. And making an intro that's like 45 seconds long is just too long. Oh, no, Johnny, no, I'm not talking about the last video, but I'm talking about when I do my hurricane discussions, like if there's say if we have Hurricane Caden. Good afternoon, this is an update on Hurricane Caden for, I'm not talking about the seasonal forecast. No, there's no issue with that. Because I want to be simple, quick, to the point. What did I just say? What did I just say, folks? I want to be simple, quick, to the point. Now you try to put that in the chat. See if those ears are open or not. And boy, once I started talking a lot about the hurricane, Johnny joined the chat. Hey, Johnny. I guess the algorithm knows when I'm talking about hurricanes or not. Because once I talked about the hurricanes and stuff, I have like 50 people watching. But once I talk about severe weather, it just dwindles. So I find that interesting. Well, I know a lot of you are just looking at me and you're like, talk about the hurricane season already. We're here for hurricane season, not for severe weather. I know. It's been a long while since I've had any tropical content on my channel. So, I just cannot wait. I just cannot wait. It's like a marathon for me. It's like going and running 100 miles or 1,000 miles. That's what it kind of feels like. The weather twin storm team is keeping an eye on this storm. I joined your Discord server. Welcome, Gladiator. PDS X Rex Storm. I'm sure that's you, Gladiator. Welcome. Rubber ducky. I love that. I love the rubber ducky. Quack, quack. Quickie quack. Look at that. Rubber ducky. Is that looks like an inflatable. Maybe it's not an inflatable ducky. What was that beeping? What was that beeping? That's probably a severe weather alert. I'm guessing that's probably what it was. Yeah, every time there's a weather alert, I will you'll hear this. Like, this is what it sounds like if there's a tornado. Kind of thing. And if it's a severe thunderstorm warning, it'll go kind of like. So if you hear two different sounds, one is a tornado warning and one is a severe thunderstorm warning. Yep, Chase just iterated on what I just said. Thank you, Chase. Yeah, it's kind of a raspy 3 beeps. I do agree. Yeah, that's the joy of having Radar Omega. Actually, you know what? Can I change the sound? I wonder if I can change the sound on here. Am I able to? Darn it, why can I? Oh, here it is. That right there, hear that? That is a severe thunderstorm warning sound. And I could have it flash for 20 seconds. Wonder if I could add anything for tropics. See, I wish you could add more sounds to this. Maybe I actually can. I don't know if there's actually a way where you can actually add. There we go. New tornado warning. And see how it outlines in black right here? That is letting me know that warning just got issued. So we have now a new tornado warning. And if we click on this, the radar icon, that will take us to the radar closest to that storm. Yeah, they do, Caden. Put in your request. Yell out Radar Omega. You know what you guys need to do? You guys need to actually add a audio section to this. Custom audio. Actually, which I believe there might be. Let me see if there actually is. See, it's funny because when I go and click on here, alerting options, I'm going to try that to see what that does. Maybe that will help or do something. That teamed users a different radar. We do not use Radar Omega. Oh, so what radar program do you use? You need a sponsorship. Yeah. I'm looking into that slowly but surely. I'm not big enough yet. Once we get big, once we get really big, we'll talk about that when we get to that point. We need the Caden Youngquist sponsorship. Sponsored by Youngquist. Youngquist is a Storm Chaser committee sponsored by I'm just kidding. New tornado warning for Spearman. Yeah, that's the tornado warning that okay, it's observed. Okay. It's an observed. Why didn't this ring? Why didn't this actually ring? That's funny. The alert didn't go off. Observed NATO near. Yep. So if you are downstream of this, east of Spearman, please take shelter right now. We do have a tornado on the ground right now at the moment. Johnny, welcome to the server. Another good image. Supercell. Is that the tornado near Nebraska? It looks like it. That is a very, very textbook Supercell image. So, yeah, if you guys are downstream of this is a tornado on the ground with 3-inch hail. Baseball size hail. Who wants to go play baseball? If you want to play baseball, throw the ball to me right now. Here we go. We got baseball size hail. You guys can go actually out there and get your mitten and see how many outs you can get in like a minute, in like 2 seconds. I still think to this day that the Tuscaloosa Supercell is the most perfect I've ever seen. I personally think what Supercell was it? Mayfield. Mayfield was beautiful. Mayfield Supercell was really clear. Someone iterated to with what I was saying, actually. Thank you. Mayfield was the most perfect Supercell. Thank you, Mothman, for that. Yeah, that really is the supercell of the century. That really is. That's a classic supercell. That basically will tell you exactly how good the dynamics are, where the inflow is, where the RFD is. I mean, yeah. Hackleberg. Hackleberg. So Hackleberg, maybe I wasn't around for that one. Hackleberg tornado radar. Oh yeah, Hackleberg was actually pretty classic. Which, by the way, yeah, that was an EF5. So actually, technically, that could be the most textbook. Yeah, I wasn't around for that. That was in 2011. Oh, well, I was on Earth at that time, but I wasn't really into. I was kind of into weather, but I was kind of not into weather. So it was kind of a fuzz in my head. But at least in the time that I've been tracking, the Mayfield Supercell was probably the best looking supercell. Do I use GR2? Yes, I do. I use GR2 kind of off and on, mainly if there's an organized supercell. And yeah, these storms are kind of not in the proper spot for that. But yes, I do use. Man, excuse me. I do use GR2 as often as I can, but if there's a lot of clusteriness, then it's not no purpose. Speaking of GR2 analyst, this is in Memphis, Texas. This is a look at the supercell structures. And now you're probably wondering, where are all the other colors at? So I have it configured like this. So there's different ways you can configure this. The higher up you go on this, the more solid it becomes. The lower down here is more transparent. So I have it set for hail, mainly. There is the updraft. Yeah, look at that. You can even see kind of a definitive inflow, a little bit of some motion right there. Radar Omega is good in its volumetric form, but it's really laggy. It goes hardship on my computer. I could try. Man, my allergies. Doesn't it suck when you take allergy medicine, and it doesn't work very well? So, see, it just lags. It just is slow to respond. That is pretty cool. I actually want to see. Oh, I can see because my thing is chosen properly. I don't know if see it really lags. I mean, you can even tell my hand. You can tell by my camera. It's fine now. But once I move this, I just lag. It just goes crazy. It freaks out. My computer just does not like and is saying, "Why are you doing this?" Because it acts so funny. What's up? This is happening right now, Donna. I want to try to get a better image of this. That's what it looks like, that supercell. And then, of course, I can do cross section, which actually does pretty good. But yeah, I don't like the Radar Omega volumetric as much as the GR2 analysis. GR2 analysis is more, it doesn't lag as bad. Which, by the way, speaking of radar scope, there is a 3.1-inch hail report over Turkey, Texas with a flood warning. So that is a destructive warning right now. And then, of course, we have a storm here that has some big time hail and a confirmed tornado warning. Actually, that is a strong updraft in that. You can see it right in here. We take a look. That's where, man, I wish I can draw and annotate on this screen. But right here's where we have the tornado potentially. Isn't that cool to see, though? It's the Caden storm. So, yeah, that's that. That tornado warning, the supercell that is below the tornado warning. So you're probably referring to these ones in Turkey, I'm guessing. What's up, Chase? How's the weather over there, Chase? It's probably muggy, isn't it? It's disgusting, the weather. Dew points there in the 70s, air temperatures in the 80s, disgusting. They should really tornado warn these cells here. They should. There is definitely some rotation, but mainly straight line wind. That's more no, that's actually cyclonic flow. Not really anticyclonic. And another tornado warning. So we have a new tornado warning, and we just got a wind report of 43-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Spearman earlier. So that is generating some damaging wind gusts, some strong to damaging wind gusts. And these echo tops are pretty high. It's been cloudy all day. We are under a flood watch. It said we are expected to get like 6 to 9 inches of rain. Whoa! No way. That you're not getting that much rain, are you? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Wow. That is a lot of water. Man, you're really making up for the lack of rain that you did not see much this wintertime. Man, a really cloudy air mass. Some intense supercell structures, though. Jeez, that is incredible. I'm actually going to look at the WPC forecast. That, yeah, you know what? That explains for the moderate risk, actually. They could go high on that. They should really go high risk on the rainfall. I only see 5 inches. That's crazy that they're expecting a lot more rain. Let me take a look at this. Wow, that is a lot of water. No, you are not lying at all when you said that. One area could get 12 inches of rainfall. Yeah, look at this right here. Yeah, look at this. This is pretty bad. Some areas could get 6 inches. 5 inches, all in Texas with rain. Wow. Let's actually look at the euro. What does a euro show? No, there is actually there could very well be 9 inches. Wow, that's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain down there in Texas. And that is actually right where I was for the eclipse. And now it's really storming. Actually, Houston's not going to get very much, though, according to this. It's all going to be to your north. Except if you look at the Euro, you might get 2 inches. So that's a flood problem. Big flood problem. They might go high. They might go moderate to high risk for flooding and heavy rainfall. You know what I should actually end up doing starting on my streams? Is going live if there's a moderate or high risk for flooding. And just go live and just cover the heavy rain side of things. But here's a look at the storms. And look how these just blow up. Which actually, there's a little bit of a haboob. Look at this. So on the western side of all these strong thunderstorms, there's actually a little bit of a haboob. You could actually see right here, a little bit of a haboob. Some of our rivers are really high because of the rain that we got a few weeks ago to the north of us. New tornado warning? Yup, new tornado warning. Wow, in Colorado. In Colorado, we have a tornado warning. And there is definitely some rotation on that. Why is it going west? That's the dry line. Dry lines retreat at night and in the evening, and they move east during the hot summer days. So we're beginning to see that dry line retreat. That rotation really fell apart there, so I don't know why they issued a tornado warning. Interesting. Probably cancel that soon. It's just straight line winds with that activity. But yeah, going back, right in here, you can see the leading edge of the dry line. You can actually see it. And it's retreating now. So early on today, it kind of mixed eastward briefly, and now it's kind of backing up. And once you get some strong thunderstorm activity right here, you get outflow. That is some strong wind too, actually. That is really intense. That outflow boundary. And that makes a huge difference. That's where a lot of your instability is. Look at our dew point. 24 degrees. Yeah, Fort Stockton, winds are gusting to 32, and you can see wind gusts up to 34 even. So you can really get an idea of the temperature change. You go from the mid-70s to the 90s, where that retreating dry line is. Got some big gusts on the northern flank of that storm. Aero Force, welcome, welcome. So you're over here, Aero Force. What do you think, Aero Force? You should definitely be prepared for the hurricane season. Got 2 warnings all at the same time. Which, by the way, this application also displays warnings up to the second too, so that's helpful. So in the event that my radar program did crash and it never worked again, I could always use this. And it would give me different warnings. But you can see where these storms are right here. I'm really surprised they issued a tornado warning on that, because your temperatures are in the 50s right out ahead of this line. They're pretty chilly, not even suitable for a tornado, really. So I think that tornado warning up there will expire fairly soon. Thank you for tuning in, Cynthia. I do appreciate that. Tampa Storm, what's up? Turn the smoothing off. Smoothing is off. That's on Weather Underground or the Wonder Map. Wonder Map, you cannot turn off the smoothing. This is how it comes with. You probably joined right when I had that on. What is Wichita looking like? So Wichita, Kansas, you could have a few interacting storms tonight. I don't see anything to be very severe at all, other than maybe a slight a marginal risk for wind and hail, maybe a tornado or two later on tonight into the overnight hours. But the storms will likely become elevated with time. So that would probably be the good news. That will be the good news when they become elevated. Yeah, Weather Underground, Tampa Storm. Yeah, it's more like it's like a free public radar thing. Like if you go to the Weather Channel website and look at their radar, it's more basic. So it's not going to have this pixelated look. Storms have not died down, Diana. We have 17 severe thunderstorm warnings and 4 tornado warnings, which actually... we're getting up there with the number of tornado warnings like we had yesterday. So we are definitely coming up in the number. Except one will expire soon. Maybe not. No, they're going to continue that tornado warning. Guaranteed they're going to continue that. We're going to get a new tornado warning here soon. Look at all of the hail tracks on this storm. I mean, we're looking at 4 inches. Some of these hail markers 3.5 to 4 inches in diameter. That is huge. And yet I'm surprised they don't have... Oh, no, they just issued a... Nope, that is tornado possible on it. So they have lowered the war. It's not a tornado warning anymore. Well, Chase, they do use the best radar, but like on their show, like Weather Underground, Weather Channel Live, they're going to use very high-end radars like what I use. But what I'm saying is on their website, if you go to their interactive radar, let me actually, I don't even know why, I'm surprised we're even talking about this. So if we go to their radar, you can see, I mean, what do you think? It's more basic. Thing I would really like them to add in, though, is oh, they do have wind speed, never mind. Yeah, so this is showing us the wind speed. There's a lot you kind of do with this, and then you can go to dew point. Actually, that is really accurate. That's exactly where the haboob is. Right there. Look at how remarkable that analysis is. There's your haboob right there. There's your boundary. It's pretty similar. Except this is showing dew points like in the low 60s. I think they're higher than that. Actually, they might be they're pretty accurate. Got dew points down here in the 70s. Well, it looks pretty good. Of course, in good old California, we got some really strong northwesterly winds. See how accurate the temperature is. It's pretty good. I think it doesn't look bad. Ah, there's the wind stream. But guess what? I need premium for that. And don't want to make any purchases while I'm streaming because I don't want you all to see. You know what. But I did want to show you something really cool right now. Very quickly, then we'll get back to severe weather. So look what's going on across California. One of the strongest prevailing wind events in a long time. Very strong prevailing winds. And it's all because of the high offshore. And then, of course, here's the desert southwest, and there is that trough that's encroaching, and that's why you're getting storms. I love looking at satellite imagery sometimes because it's just like you can see weather in motion. There is the cluster of mess. AccuWeather is buggy. This is what I use to get the winds and stuff. This is probably the best weather application you could use. Because if you are a premium member, which I am, you could actually get visible satellite imagery. So you could really see all across the Pacific. You can go all the way back to China and look at satellite imagery, weather stations, and more. I think their premium is like $40 a month. It's pretty expensive on windy.com. And you get real-time lightning as well. And you get real-time radar. What's up, Leandro? How are you doing? I use Windy. Yeah, I love Windy. I just love the program. It's really, really good. I don't like their new layout, though, where if you want to display wind, you actually have to go to the menu and then drop down and use wind gust. You can't just choose it from where it was before. But this does really good. Look at this. Some of these storms actually show you wind gusts up to 73 miles an hour. And that's exactly kind of an approximate location where we have the storms. So not too bad. Look at the rain rates. And this also displays rain rates. So you can actually see in some areas of the storm, rain rates are over 7 inches an hour. So imagining that, we have a storm off to the west here that has rainfall rates of 16 inches an hour. I don't know how accurate that actually is, but that is pretty significant. Then over here, you got rainfall rates of 1 inch an hour. Windy is the official radar for... Oh, it is. Nice. Okay. Yeah, look, you even got some supercells. Man, look at some of these storms over here in Kansas and... Yeah, in Kansas. Rainfall rate of almost 20 inches of an hour. That is significant. Also, the thing I like about this is you can get an idea where there's going to be rain. Even on the HRRR, you could actually see where storms are going to be a problem. Like here, there's a complex of storms rolling through Houston early tomorrow morning. And there you can get about a rainfall rates of almost 1.5 inches to 2 inches an hour. Of course, you can look at wave heights. And if you go to the menu, you have just a lot to choose from. You could even look at drought monitoring. So, of course, in across, let me take this off. There we go. You can see where the drought is and where there is some drought. Where it's really bad right now is actually in Maryland. Severe to extreme drought there. Houston's not under anything. You get your fire danger map. So you can see what the fire danger is like today. Fuel moisture is really bad in western Texas. Look how dry that is. Versus look at Texas is the bipolar state. You go from extreme dry to extreme moist. And then you go further to the east or west, you get extreme fire danger. Today's fire danger in my area is actually high. And that's all because of the wind and drier air that we're seeing. And then weather warnings, which do pretty good. And it actually pops up here. Tornado Watch, National Weather Service. And then if you click on... What the heck? Oh, there we go. And then extreme forecast, which is helpful. You can look at it for temperature. So, of course, down here in the Mexico, in some of the valleys, extreme temperatures are very likely. And then just go throughout. Like Saturday for us, we're going to have well below average temperatures. So there's the extreme side of it is we're going to have much below average temperatures. And then you can see down here in Mexico, it really is going to be hot. So that tells us this tells us where it's going to be much hotter than usual and where it's going to be much cooler than average. And then, of course, you get your wind product. The orange areas indicate stronger than normal winds. And then the green and blue colors indicate weaker than normal winds. This is an anomaly. Look at how weak the trades are going to be over much of the main development region. Why is that a problem? Because that allows sea surface temperatures to warm up. So for a while there, it's going to be really calm. And then, of course, you get your rain anomalies. So where there's blue, there's much wetter than normal conditions, and then so on and so forth. A new thing they added is dust mass. Look at the Saharan dust. You could actually bring up. So this shows us how much dust concentration there is. Higher the numbers, the thicker the dust is. And anything up to about 2,000 is deemed very dusty. I have not used attic radar. What? Attic radar. Ooh. This is cool. Attic radar is simply like radar scope. I don't know. They do give you temperature. Oh, they give you a lot here. I really don't use attic radar, honestly. I've not discovered that very much, so really quickly though, and you could also view sea surface temperatures. So you can see portions of the Caribbean sea surface temperatures are already in the mid 80s. It's really warm. And then you can see sea surface temperatures like right off of Houston, Texas. Water temperature there is 75 degrees, so it's pretty mild. And you get up here towards the Great Lakes, it's in the 40s. So this is really, really helpful. And water temperatures right along our coast, actually in the upper 40s, low 50s. It's actually pretty nippy, those waters. And it's all because of the wind. Oh, they even have clear air turbulence. Oh, this is really cool. Oh, this is really neat. Yeah, so you can see where there's clear air turbulence. You look at different levels of the atmosphere. It's actually really neat. And then let's see what else. Oh, wow, they actually have cloud tops here. This is helpful. Not very accurate, but pretty good. Doesn't do too bad. Then you got your how much energy you get. So a really cool application that you could actually use. But it's not free. There's a cost to that. Attic radar will also be an official radar. Oh, okay. Nice to know. Gladiator. By the way, if anyone hasn't joined the server yet, you can join the server if you wish. If you haven't gotten the link or you want the link, I will be more than happy to send you all it. There you go. We might have a tornado on the ground or about to be. Some decent rotation on that little storm right there. And echo tops are pretty high, about 55,000 feet. So that's a look at the latest warnings at the moment. Do you guys have any questions? In about 15 minutes, I'm actually going to have to head off. We're going to actually have some dinner, and then time to get rid of more junk. Lot of stuff to donate to you guys. I'm going to give away a lot of stuff, free stuff. Well, just kidding. I'm kidding with you guys. I'm kidding. So, we are going to keep an eye on these storms down here, only if Doppler radar would be more friendly. There we go. We got a little closer look. So the rotation on that is fairly weak. We'll see how that kind of comes through in the next few scans. Gladiator, I would also recommend using Radar Omega. It's pretty much the same thing. But the thing I really like about Radar Omega is that you could actually overlay to... You could overlay the weather, the climate, like the climate outlooks. So you can put that up, and then you can just see what it's going to look like. This is very helpful. And then your precipitation forecasts are there as well. That's why I like Radar Omega. Then you actually can get the power outage thing as well. So this will tell you what the state outage map looks like. California actually surprisingly has quite a few people without power. It's probably due to the fact that we do have those high winds. There's just a lot you can do with Radar Omega. It's really fun. It really is. Yes, I will check if Lubbock's looking better. Lubbock is looking good. A lot better than it did earlier. That's not to say, though, there's more storms that could kind of grow and move this direction towards Lubbock. Dew point is 61 degrees there. And we did have a 70-mile-an-hour wind gust, 73 to be exact, in Lubbock, Texas. So that is got some wind damage, I'm sure, with that line of storms. So, yeah, only one tornado warning left. That's almost warranted for 3-inch hail, so it's a big time hail with that storm. That's a destructive warning. And we are looking at baseball size hail. So that is some huge hail. What we call big hail. I just realized the whole time the Discord invite link, oh my goodness, it's actually outdated. I actually have to update that, redo it. But yes, if you're in Perryton, please take shelter. Downstream of this again, tornado warning remains in effect for another 9 minutes. Rotation on that looks... It's still there. There's still rotation. That's really in a very rural area. I have a Chromebook, and I'm not sure if my Chromebook can handle Radar Omega. Oh. I never knew you had a Chromebook. I never knew that. That's the instability today. And definitely a lot of energy. A lot of energy, a lot of instability. Especially tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a day to watch that. And there it is. So they're not going to extend the tornado warning. Not even a tornado possible tag on it. So it's more than likely weakening. We do have more warnings up here, though. More straight line wind. And maybe so, and definitely a large hail threat. So but yeah, we'll watch this storm for another 4 minutes. Oh, and it's gone. So there's no more tornado warnings left. We do have a couple of funnel cloud reports. That's really about it. Actually, let's take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center. And today we've had 7 tornado reports. So actually, overall, it was a modestly active day. Not super much in the way of tornadoes, but definitely a lot of rain, hail, and wind. But yeah, any questions you guys might have? By the way, I just want to let you all know, 16 of you that are watching, I have released my Atlantic Hurricane Seasonal Forecast. All right, if you want to know how many named storms, what my thoughts are, that's an updated version. That's an updated Atlantic Hurricane Seasonal Forecast version. I would highly recommend go check that out after this video. Okay? I go into a lot of detail on how active do I think the season's going to be, why I think it's going to be active, and when I think it's going to be the most active. It's important that you guys take a look at that, because some of you are probably wondering about, am I going to get a lot of named storms, or, So be sure to go check that out once this stream is done. Because the season is definitely not looking good. It's looking very, very active. Very active season indeed. Alrighty, folks. That's going to conclude today's live stream on the severe weather. I know I have to end this a little early. It's because I'm going to have some dinner, and then I'm going to do a little bit of helping around. So at least I was able to join the stream for a little bit. No, actually not join, but do the stream and talk about a little bit about severe weather. And I do love you guys a lot. And I will be back with you more tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I will have something out, most likely. All right. Oh! Tornado warning. And we're going to be live for another 30 minutes. Never mind. We have a tornado warning. Now, observe tornado warning. Oh my gosh. I was going to end it, and now I can't, because we have a tornado on the ground. Yeah, so if you're in Turkey, please take shelter. Settlement, Texas. If you're in Tampico, please take shelter. Again, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. This is actually doing damage. Public did confirm the tornado, and we have a damaging tornado and ping pong size hail. So, if you're in Turkey, please take shelter. Please take shelter again. Confirmed tornado warning on the ground. We're going to keep an eye on this. Definitely going to keep an eye on this. Gasoline! Little town of Gasoline. I love it. I love it. Funny name. Gasoline. So yeah, Turkey, Gasoline, Texas, the state route 86 corridor, 70 corridor. Definitely take shelter again. We do have that tornado warning. It is confirmed. It is a confirmed tornado warning. It is confirmed. Alex Baller, what? David is moderate risk. What do you mean by that? David, I have a Chromebook and I'm not sure if my... Oh, wait. That was a little while ago. Boy, it's been over 10 minutes since someone last put a chat in here. Very awkward to have a dead chat. I don't understand what you're trying to say, Alex Miller. You're not making sense. So if you're in Turkey, please take shelter again. We do have a tornado that is on the ground right now. If we go to velocity, there's definitely possibly a couple of areas of rotation. I don't see any debris yet. So interesting that they did say there's a tornado on the ground with that. What are you referring to, Alex Baller? I don't know what you're trying to refer to. Did you see that severe storm that hit Florida, hit South Florida, David? I do not see a storm hitting South Florida. Oh, from earlier, probably, if you're referring to that. Lehigh Acres, okay. Oh, you got hail? Oh, nice. How big was the hail? I wonder if it was Alex Baller size. Oh, okay. Oh, 2 hours ago you got hail? Oh, okay. Let's actually go down there and see that. Okay, yeah, I see what you're referring to. Yeah, there was some intense thunderstorms today there. It's actually pretty cool to see that. Like 2 hours ago, I got, okay, penny size. Oh, okay, so that was definitely up there. Is definitely enough to cause maybe a little bit of a sting on the skin. But yeah, this is a storm that we're watching right now in Turkey. That is a confirmed tornado warning that is in effect. But I cannot find where the debris ball is. Interesting. Interesting that they see that. But I don't see no debris ball. Maybe it's probably just to the east of Turkey. Ooh, nice. Boy, that is some big hail. That's neat. So you got a little bit of hail. Yep. Thank you, Alex, for sending that. It is called Alex Biller hail. Alex Baller hail. We just got a tornado report. 911 call center did report a tornado that is on the ground. This was about 10 minutes ago, so a little bit of a delayed report. There's something going on with the storm. We'll have to just see with what they do with the warning. Looks like it is just to the east of Turkey, though. So if you're in Turkey, if you're in the Plains Junction area, if you're in Newland, if you are in Memphis, downstream of this, that's where we have the warning right now. We have storms going through Austin. Dallas. Florida will cook this summer, David. I know. It's hot in the summer in Florida, Alex Baller. Is Houston going to see severe weather? There is a chance for some severe weather overnight tonight. Yes, in Houston. It's more likely going to be somewhat elevated. Not really significantly elevated, but it is going to develop. It's now beginning to develop in Austin, and that same complex of storms will eventually propagate eastward into northern Houston. Main threat will likely be damaging winds and maybe some hail. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head off. I heard my grandma calling for me downstairs. So, it's time to eat. So thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream. I know there's a tornado warning. It is down to radar indicated, so it's no longer on the ground. I know I don't like ending things really early, but that is how it's gotta be. So I'm sorry about that. But if you want to watch more of my, if you want to watch my latest hurricane video, there is, I will actually send the link here. I want to send you guys that. So you are probably wondering, wait, what hurricane video, David, are you even talking about? So I will send that over right now. So that's this video right here if you want to check that out. All right. Anyways, thank you all for watching. It was nice talking to you all and tracking the severe weather. And I will be back tomorrow. Share, like, and subscribe, by the way. I forgot to